Oh, he didn't?
And we shall use roll call.
Jerem.
Here.
Melton. Here. Pauls.
Here.
Palermo.
Here.
Festerson.
Here.
Harding.
Here.
Mr. President.
Here, would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for our invocation today by Councilmember Amy Melton. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would be remiss. My dad actually watches our city council meetings every week, and today is their 47th anniversary. So I would like to wish Tom and Jerry a happy 47th anniversary. It is also my oldest son Jake's 24th birthday. So I would like to wish Jake a happy birthday, although I don't think there's a chance he's ever seen one of our meetings. But, you know, it's a day when our children have birthdays. It's a day that I think we celebrate because we remember how happy they made us when they were born. So it's kind of a celebration for the parents. And when I was thinking of that, though, I was thinking of Portia Hill, who lost her daughter, Shadijah, this week. And it just really made me thankful that I'm fortunate enough to still have my 3 children, but also really touched my heart to think of the mothers who have lost their children in unnecessary violence. So although we celebrate things today, I just don't want to forget about those mothers who have lost their children. So we can just take a moment to pray for Portia Hill and all the mothers who have lost their children to violence. Thank you.
Thank you.
An affidavit of publication is on file for the pre-council and city council meeting, and a current copy of the Open Meeting Act is posted in a white binder on the east wall of the legislative chambers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this meeting of the Omaha City Council. The council thanks you for being with us this afternoon. As a courtesy to those in attendance, we would encourage you to turn off or mute any of your electronic devices. Madam Clerk.
Items 6 and 7 relate to the same project, Loveland Acres Replat 1. Item 6, a resolution to approve the final plat for Loveland Acres Replat 1, located at 86 Circle, north of Frederick Street. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval. Item 7, a resolution to approve the subdivision agreement for Loveland Acres Replat 1.
Public hearing on agenda items numbers 6 and 7 are today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Moved and seconded to approve items 6 and 7. No lights. Roll call.
Jerem.
Yes.
Melton.
Yes.
Pauls.
Yes.
Palermo. Festerson.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Items 6 and 7 approved, 7-0. Items 8 and 9 relate to the same project, Blazik Acres Replat 1. Item 8, a resolution to approve the replat for Blazik Acres Replat 1, located southeast of 126th Street and Bennington Road. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval. Item 9, a resolution to approve the subdivision agreement for Blazik Acres Replat 1. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
Public hearing on agenda items number 8 and 9 are today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Moved and seconded to approve 8 and 9. No lights. Roll call.
Jerem.
Yes.
Melton.
Yes.
Pauls.
Yes.
Palermo.
Yes.
Festerson.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Items 8 and 9 are approved, 7-0. Item 10, a resolution to approve the preliminary plat for Sanctuary Acres located at 11205 North 60th Street with a waiver of Section 53-95 and Section 53-99 for sanitary sewers and sidewalks. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
Public hearing on agenda item number 10 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, the public hearing is closed. Second, roll call.
Jerem.
Yes.
Melton.
Yes.
Pauls.
Yes.
Palermo.
Yes.
Festerson.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Item 10 is approved, 7-0. Item 11, an ordinance to rezone the property located northwest of 18th and Jackson Streets from DS to CBD. The applicant is Island 1811 LLC. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
Public hearing on agenda item number 11 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Moved and seconded to approve. No lights. Roll call.
Jerem.
Yes.
Melton.
Yes.
Pauls.
Yes.
Palermo.
Yes.
Festerson.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Item 11 approved, 7-0. Item 12, an ordinance to rezone the property located southeast of 32nd and Burt Streets from GO to R5. The applicant is Douglas County School District 001. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
Public hearing on agenda item number 12 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed.
I have a motion.
It's been moved and seconded to approve. There is one light. Mr. Jerem.
Yeah, I just would be remiss if I didn't mention, and do thank you for the quick motion, that this is the new Gifford Park Elementary School, which is a lot of excitement to bring a neighborhood school back to a community that had the Yates School close as an elementary school some years ago, and had forced children in that neighborhood to have to walk great distances to get to school in the morning. So there's a lot of excitement about this in that area, and I'm glad that the council's anxious to approve it. So,
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded. There are no further lights. Roll call.
Jerem.
yes.
Melton.
Yes.
Pauls.
Yes.
Palermo.
Yes.
Festerson.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Item 12 is approved, 7-0. Item 13, an ordinance to rezone the property located at 2914 and 2922 North 61st Street from GI to NBD. The applicant is TAC Architects. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
Public hearing on agenda item number 13 is today. Proponents, please. Two lights.
Jeff Dozel with Tech Architects. Thanks. First rodeo. Jeff Dozel with Tech Architects.
Address, please.
4669 Pierce Street.
Thank you.
We want to just quickly give you an overview of the project. You can see here it's on 61st Street and North 61st and Binney. The green hatched area is the property that we purchased along with the parking lot to the south. We also are the architects behind the Benson Lights with City Ventures Group that's on 60th and Northwest Radial, as well as the Bank of Benson building, which is just to the south of our building in blue. The current property is a warehouse, and with the rezoning that would allow us to put almost $1 million investment into this property with new windows, paint, and commercial offices for multi-tenants. With this infusion, we'll have almost 30 people day one when we move in, hopefully at the end of January, who will be contributing to the microeconomy of Benson. So we're very excited about the project, and we're excited to make the move from the Mastercraft building where we currently reside to Benson. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, are there any opponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Mr. Festerson.
Thanks, Mr. President. Jeff, if you want to just stay here for a minute, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. But first, say how much I support the project. I think it's great, and thank you for the recent tour through the building there. And as you can see by the photos, Tech Architects has some nice vision as to what that can become. A lot of renovation and a great new investment of over $1 million, like you said. And I think this is exactly what we're trying to encourage in Benson now, having achieved the success we wanted with entertainment and restaurants and bars and art, the art scene, now to encourage more professional development as well for the mixed uses you want in a business district to make it successful long term, such as an architecture firm, a lot of the banks, branches that have now expanded their Benson Lights, as you mentioned, the new 100 apartments that are now underway, and new offices and all those things that can generate some daytime activity too is really, really great. Can you talk a little bit about, too, the parking lot there? I know you're doing some special things with that would be welcomed by the surrounding neighbors as well.
We have a tenant who represents a local foundation that wants to do events in that parking lot, and we also look forward to using the parking lot for events as well, whether those are food trucks or evening movie nights. Those are programs yet to be determined, but we would like to take full use of that parking lot for the interest of the public and community.
Great. And because we've had the success, parking is at a premium now, so I also am very encouraged that you've engaged your neighbors about that too and are making that lot accessible to everybody. And and making it something special too. So,
Absolutely. Thank you.
so January of 2018.
That's the plan.
All right. Well, we'll get you going today.
All right.
Motion
Thank
to
you.
approve.
Moved and seconded to approve item 13. There are no further lights. Roll call.
Jerem.
Yes.
Melton. Pauls. Palermo. Festerson.
Yes.
Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Harding. Councilmember Harding passed due to a potential conflict of interest. Item 13 is approved, 6-0. Pursuant to City Council Rule 7H, due to no meeting being held on October 10th, 2017, agenda items 14 through 16 shall be laid over 3 weeks to October 17th, 2017 for publication and public hearing. Pursuant to City Council Rule 7H, due to no meeting being held on October 10th, 2017, agenda items 17 and 18 shall be laid over 3 weeks to October 17th, 2017. Pursuant to City Council Rule 7H, due to no meeting being held on October 10th, 2017, agenda item 19 shall be laid over 3 weeks to October 17th, 2017 for publication and public hearing. Item 20, a resolution to consider a Class I liquor license application for Saddle Creek Breakfast Club, LLC, doing business as Saddle Creek Breakfast Club, 1540 North Saddle Creek Road.
Public hearing on agenda item number 20 is today. Proponents, please.
Chase Thompson, 1435 South 136th Street. I'm just here representing Saddle Creek Breakfast Club. We're at 1540 North Saddle Creek, just a couple doors down from the Homey Inn and Sergeant Pepper's. Just wanted to say that this project is a morning afternoon restaurant, so it's a 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. operation time, so there would be no late night like a bar or club activity. It's a food-focused restaurant. The alcohol permit would just simply allow us to serve Bloody Marys, mimosas, other traditional kind of brunch foods in the area. So that's pretty much it.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, are there any opponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Mr. Festerson.
Thanks, Mr. President. And Chase, thanks for coming back down.
Yeah, no problem.
I've been by. It looks like the building's done or almost done.
We actually are starting inspections for occupancy today.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, it looks fantastic, and look forward to having you open, which would be about when?
Assuming inspections go well today, it could be as soon as this weekend. So we would open without the liquor license and just kind of wait till that piece was in place to start the service of alcoholic beverages.
Great. Well, we'll stop in shortly then.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thanks. Motion approved.
Moving seconded to approve item 20. There are no further lights. Roll call.
Jerem.
Yes.
Melton. Pauls. Palermo. Festerson. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Item 20 is approved, 7-0. Consent agenda. Any member of the City Council may cause any item placed on the consent agenda to be removed. Items removed from the consent agenda shall be taken up by the City Council immediately following the consent agenda in the order in which they were removed, unless otherwise provided by the City Council Rules of Order.
The public hearings on agenda items numbers 21 through 28 were held on September 19th, 2017. Moved and seconded to approve. There are no lights. Roll call.
Jerem.
Yes.
Melton. Pauls. Palermo. Festerson. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Items 21 through 28 are approved, 7-0.
The public hearing on agenda items numbers 29 through 32 are today. If you wish to address the City Council regarding these items, please come to the microphone, indicate the agenda item number you wish to address, identify yourself by your name, your address, who you represent, and if you are a proponent or an opponent. And the seats won't move, so I guess that would be a no. So, Emily should say, we should get Emily to say something. Public hearing is closed. Moved and seconded to approve items 29 through 32. There are no further lights. Roll call.
Jerem.
Yes.
Melton. Pauls. Palermo. Festerson. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Items 29 through 32 are approved, 7-0. Item 33, a resolution to amend the Rules of Order of the City Council pertaining to Rule 7, Section A and Section D to provide for changes in how items placed on file are treated and to create a non-action item section in lieu of inserting pursuant rules. A is an example of the new agenda format.
Number 30, There's a public hearing on agenda item number 33 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, the public hearing is closed. Moving and seconded to approve item 33. There are no further lights. Roll call.
Jerem. Stare at each of them.
Yes.
Melton. Pauls. Palermo. Festerson.
Yes.
Harding. Mr. President.
Yes, I suppose so.
Thank you. Item 33 is approved, 7-0. Pursuant to City Council Rule 7D, the public hearing on agenda item 34 shall be held on the third reading. Item 35, an ordinance approving a real estate purchase agreement with Aura Prince, 3724 North 36th Street to convey the property located at 3728 North 36th Street in the amount of $850.
Public hearing on agenda item number 35 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 36, an ordinance to approve the fiscal year 2016 Assistance to Firefighters Grant Program Operations and Safety Award in the total amount of $481,251 during the project period of June 12, 2017 to June 11, 2018 to provide funding for thermal imaging and fitness equipment.
Public hearing on agenda item number 36 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 37, an ordinance to approve the fiscal year 2016 Staffing for Adequate Fire and Emergency Response Grant Award in the total amount of $1,647,882 during the project period of January 24th, 2018 to January 23rd, 2021 to provide funding for 6 full-time firefighter positions with the Omaha Fire Department over a 3-year period.
Public hearing on agenda item number 37 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 38, an ordinance to approve an agreement with Van Dyke Consulting, Inc. in the amount of $52,000 to provide funding for the development of a new web-based gang database for the Omaha Police Department gang unit.
Public hearing on agenda item number 38 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 39, an ordinance to establish a new Class A flammable liquid storage district to be known as District Number A-158 at 2550 East Locust Street for the Omaha Airport Authority.
Public hearing on agenda item number 39 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 40, an ordinance authorizing and directing an issue of general obligation bonds, an issue of general obligation refunding bonds, and an issue of general obligation crossover refunding bonds of the City of Omaha, Nebraska in the aggregate principal amount not to exceed $120,800,000 for various purpose and refunding bonds, Series 2017A, general obligation refunding bonds, Series 2017B, and general obligation crossover refunding bonds, Series 2017C.
Public hearing on agenda item number 40 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Pursuant to City Council Rule 7H, due to no meeting being held on October 10th, 2017, the third reading and public hearings on agenda items 41 through 44 shall be held on October 17th, 2017. Pursuant to City Council Rule 7C, the public hearings on agenda items 45 through 48 shall be held on the second reading.
Motion to adjourn.
Roll call.
Jerem. Melton. Pauls. Palermo. Festerson. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0. Meeting adjourned at 2:18.
Chris, we had the meeting.